Right, so I just want to give you a quick overview of the app I've put together that takes the information being output by GliderScore and provides it in an easily accessible uh, web-based application that you can view on your phone. It's going to allow you to view the current state of the competition, the slot, the task, the group that's flying, and also allow you to do some timing if you're on an iPhone with a touch sensitive display, and also submit your scores whichever platform your phone happens to be running on. So just do a quick demonstration. The first thing we need to do when you load up the app is choose the competition that you're actually flying. These will have been set up in advance by the CD or whoever's sorting out the GliderScore side of things. So in this case we're just going to choose this test competition here. So it's extracted information from the local database about the competition. You can see the rounds, the tasks, and the groups we're flying in. Once GliderScore is actually up and running and giving you some slot information, we'll see how we can view that as well. So I'm just going to start the GliderScore competition now.
Round 1. Group 1. C1. All up. 3 minutes max. 3 flights per round.
Working time will start in 3 minutes.
So GliderScore is working through its playlist that defines the competition, which can be however the CD has it set up. So from the menu in the top right here, we can see we've got a few options: timer, slot info, results, and the about page. Slot info is the first place we're going to go to just show that we've got a little bit of information about the slot as it currently stands. So this timer here is synchronized directly with the central GliderScore computer, so whichever phone you're viewing it on, you're going to see the same numbers. Those are accurate to within a second or so, so we will still be relying on the audio cues from the central GliderScore computer for the absolute
2 minutes
timing.
to start.
So if you're clicking stop at the end of a window, then you'll still be doing that in sync with the audio cues. This is as accurate as it can be, but there is still a possibility that it will be a fraction of a second out. So we're not going to be using that for automatic stopping of timers at the end of a window, for example. If for any reason the competition gets paused, we can demonstrate the synchronization by clicking pause there, and immediately we've got the red background indicating it's a no-fly time, and as soon as we resume, the timer synchronizes again and we've got everything back as it should be. Now if we move on to the timer screen, this is where you can actually do some timing, and we can also use this to submit scores if you're not using it for timing but just want to enter your scores electronically.
1 minute to start.
Anywhere in the bottom half of the screen on your iPhone, if you squeeze the screen with sufficient pressure, the timer will start. This will work with a click on Android, but clicking on a touch screen is generally not very reliable, and the touch sensitive squeeze on an iPhone is much more usable.
30 seconds to start.
I've used it a few times in actual competitions and it's worked very well. As soon as
20 seconds to start.
as soon as you click, you've got a time set there, and we can double click on a time to mark it as
10 seconds.
valid.
9,
Out, for
8,
example.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
So we're simulating an all-up round at the moment. We're working time now. It's indicated by the word work there. We've got the slot time here counting down, and we've got the flight time here counting up. Now I'm just going to stop the timer here as an example. So we've got our 32-second time, and let's imagine that we've flown 2 more flights in our 3 flight all up round, and we want to actually submit that information. And let's say the second one was the third one was a land out. That's just shown that we can only actually mark the last flight
2 minutes remaining.
invalid. We can't actually change these once they've become flights in the past. So to submit these, we just click on the submit button and we get taken to this screen where we've got a summary of our scores in order that we flew them, and we've got these boxes here that allow editing if there's any need to do so. If you're submitting these scores manually, you can just put in a start and stop, a kind of fake timer, and then type in whatever numbers you want here. I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of things about the input of the times here. We can, if we click in this box, we just need to enter some digits. So if I enter 1, 2, 3, that is going to convert itself into 12.3 seconds.
1 minute remaining.
You always need to enter the tenths of a second as well. So if that was 12, it would be 120. But basically it just takes the digits and inserts them in order. So a 9568 exceeds the maximum. We can only enter up to 3 minutes here, so a 2598 would be as so, and we can double click
30 seconds remaining.
to just enter the maximum time.
Twenty seconds remaining.
I'm just going to pause the GliderScore timer now because
10 seconds.
it's going to get too noisy now as it counts down. So to finish submitting, we need to actually select a pilot and simply click submit. There's an option to select a penalty here as well, but we're not going to do that in this case. Going to submit. It gives us a confirmation just to double check that everything is as we expect. We've got a total of 6 minutes flown, we've got a drop of 3 minutes, and we've got zero penalty. So we can submit that, and that'll take me to a results page for that particular round. The results page is a work in progress, so don't worry too much about that. But now we've submitted our results for that particular round, we can view the slot info. As we can see, it's paused at the moment, or we can go back to our timer and we can time for another pilot or whatever we want to do. It will remember the last selected pilot, so if you're timing for the same pilot again and again, you don't have to keep selecting that pilot. But we'll just let it resume and just look at the end of this round.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we can see we've got our land window indicated. GliderScore at the moment doesn't
20 seconds remaining.
the first 10 seconds of the 30-second window, but we've got our landing timer counting down now as well.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Working time will start in 1 minute.
Technically there should be a no fly time here, but that's just a GliderScore setup thing. If that was set up correctly, then the app would recognize that and display things appropriately. So just pause that again. So those scores are submitted to the kind of intermediate database and can then be downloaded by the GliderScore computer and collated, and the actual round scoring is then done by the centralized GliderScore computer. Nothing much more to say. As I say, results is a work in progress at the moment, and the about page doesn't give you anything more than a nice picture and some information. There you go. Hopefully that will be useful and allow us to proceed with some competitions in a less contact kind of way as well. Thanks.